everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Globe Talks with Traders series, where you can learn the ins and outs of crypto trading. I'm your host, Sunlight.
I'm the host, Starlight.
And today we're delighted to welcome onto the show Jimmy Lindsay, early investor and trader of crypto.
今天的节目呢会非常特别，我们会以中文、英文两种语言的形式呈现给大家。这期内容也非常的精彩。Jimmy 米哥呢谈到了中西方加密货币的市场和环境的区别。
如果你们想听我讲国语的话，请留言告诉我们。Now, on to the interview.
So the first question I would like to ask is, can you tell us a bit about yourself and how you got into the crypto trading?
I'm Jimmy. So people call me Jimmy. My real name is James. And I live in China. Grew up in China, and maybe you can see from my facial features, I'm half British, half Chinese, but I grew up in China. So when did I get into crypto trading? It was around 2016. I was in university, and my friend from Italy, who was also studying in our university in Beijing, Peking University, he showed me the dark web. So I got to know crypto through the dark web. He's showing me, look, all of this crazy stuff on the dark web that you can trade with Bitcoin, with Ethereum, with Dogecoin. And I got into crypto that way, but I didn't do any trading on the dark web. It's just kind of an eye-opener. And I bought Ethereum in 2016 in the summer for about €3 per Ethereum, just a few though. And then in 2017, I went all in Ethereum at $12 with my girlfriend's money. Yeah. So I took her savings and I just put it into crypto. Not financial advice, guys. Definitely don't do that. But yeah, it was a good move because our money doubled in a week. And I was like, wow, this crypto thing is serious. You just put money in and you get double the money out. Quite amazing. But obviously that was the 2017 bull run. And I learned that you could make and lose a lot of money in crypto, right? You can ride the bull run, but once the bear market starts, or even just a pullback in the bull market, can really destroy your portfolio. So my portfolio over 2017 mainly got destroyed multiple times. Probably the worst time was in September when China banned crypto exchanges. And all of my friends just left crypto, except for me and the Italian guy who got me into crypto. So we held strong, and yeah, been in crypto ever since. So I started my own, I would call it a brand, 老外必是 crypto 老外. And I kind of bring in a technical analysis approach to crypto. I look at charts mainly, and I look at what the charts tell us, mainly kind of psychology, the psychology side of markets, and what retail traders are thinking, what the whales are thinking, what the project managers are thinking. You have to take all of these things into consideration. So I would say a dynamic approach to trading crypto, looking at charts, looking at market sentiment on Twitter, on Weibo in China, but I don't use Weibo anymore. And yeah, 2018 started my brand, and I've been in crypto ever since. Lost a lot of money, made a bit of money. Yeah, and all in all, I'm up in net worth. Yeah.
That's amazing. Just a quick little side note. So you're saying how, all these bull and bear runs, would you prefer to sell at the height of the bull run? Obviously you can't, time it, but would you prefer to buy and sell, or are you just a holder?
I'm not a holder. I was a holder in 2017, and I realized that you can make a ton of money holding, but you end up losing it all in the bear run because most coins go down, like even Ethereum in 2017 went down 95%. Um, so and other altcoins, you just don't have any guarantee that they'll even exist. They'll exist because they're on the blockchain, but they just will never return to the all-time highs again. So I never I never have a stack that I hold on forever. Because I'm since 2018 I've been a trader. 2017, 2016, 2017 I was a holder. In 2018, start of the bear run, I just held on to a lot of my coins, and most of those coins and like private investments, seed rounds, all of those, like 90% of those failed. So I realized that you can't just invest in the bull run and just hold through the bear run. It's not really worth it. There's a time is also a valuable asset, and if you're just holding all the time, maybe in the long run, if you hold Bitcoin and Ethereum, you'll make money, but not any other coins. So I'm not really a holder. I always trade large, long, I would say midterm waves. So any weekly trend I'll trade. But I wouldn't trade something like today it pumps and I sell, tomorrow it dumps, I buy. I don't do that. I don't do day trading. I do mainly position trading. So, for example, in 2021, end of 2021, I sold at 53K Bitcoin, and I sold at 4,300 Ethereum in dollars. And that was because the trend broke a technical level, and I assumed it was going to be a bear market. And also, like the whole market sentiment, it was way too hot. Everyone was just flipping NFTs like crazy. Everyone was getting rich. And when everyone gets rich, they're about to lose it all. So it's just how markets work. It's what I experienced in 2017, 2018. And it was like for a young person, for any young person, making life-changing money and then losing it all is definitely a lesson worth learning. And it teaches you a lot about money management and and kind of expectations. Yes.
As a trader based out in China, what is the sentiment on crypto in the East? And do you have any comparisons on sentiment in the West?
I would say traders based out of China, or just people who like to gamble in crypto, they mainly trade futures like perpetual swaps on Binance. Whereas when I use my account with my passport in the UK, I can't trade on futures. Is that true? You can't trade on Binance futures in the UK. I don't know if that's true, but one of my accounts doesn't work. So I think because crypto is in a kind of a legal gray area in China, it is really free to use. Because like in the US, every single trade you make, you have to is a taxable event, right? But in China, since crypto isn't like fully legal to trade, it's not illegal to trade, but they just don't promote it. So it's like crypto trading isn't taxed in China, even when you withdraw your money. So I would say crypto in China is really free as long as you stay off like the Chinese social media platforms like Weibo, WeChat. If you talk about crypto there, your account will get banned. But otherwise, sometimes if you sometimes on Binance or on any other exchange, if you receive any illicit US dollars, USDT, from criminal activities because, like through tornado cash or whatever, your account can be locked by the Chinese police. So there is some regulation there. But I would say in China, crypto trading is really free. A lot of people do it. I've seen the 外卖 guys, so like Uber Eats. But we don't have Uber Eats in Beijing. We have Meituan. I've seen a Meituan guy check his phone on Huobi and trade Filecoin. I've seen that. So I think there's a lot of crypto trading in China. And I think there are two main types of people. Those who trade on high leverage on futures, and those who have quite a lot of money. Because as you may know, Asians like saving money. We love. I'm half Asian. I like saving money. We save a lot of money, and we invest in stuff. So I'd say a lot of traders in China have quite large accounts. You'll be quite surprised, like in the millions. And the smaller guys will trade on really high leverage, and they get liquidated every week. So it's a bit crazy. But I would say there's more leverage trading in China. There's more futures trading in China. Whereas on crypto Twitter in the West, in the US, in the UK, and Australia, due to some regulations, it may be a bit more difficult to trade high leverage. So people are maybe more responsible with their funds.
As I believe, I think derivatives are banned in the US and the UK. But yeah, don't quote me on that. But I think that's like to retail investors, it's banned. So yeah.
Right. But in China, you just open an account, you can trade 125x. Yeah.
Wow. That's a lot. That's great. If you know what you're doing, of course.
It's hard to control your emotions.
Yeah. So how would you control your emotions?
Well, I learned the hard way. I've been liquidated before, and I just don't want that to happen again. And well, luckily in 2017, I was never on leverage. In 2018, once I lost a lot of my money in the bear market, I started trading on BitMEX, on Binance later on when they introduced leverage. Yeah, and that year wasn't very good. Like I would make maybe 10x my money and then lose it all in a week. So it was just a terrible year, and I decided not to do that again. It takes some self-control, I guess. But I did learn the hard way.
The next question is, what are your favorite project at the moment?
I'm really fond of things that I actually use. So I only buy coins that I actually use. In 2017, I realized, wow, like this coin has dumped 90% and it's accumulating at the bottom. And I think it will go to the moon. But it doesn't, because nobody uses it, or it's just a complete scam. But if you've used the product and you know it's good, then you have more confidence in it. Even if it doesn't go up in the short term, you'll have it will be a high conviction trade. So projects I'm fond of, definitely my number one pick would be Ethereum, because I believe Ethereum is gonna change the internet. It's the new internet. So owning an Ethereum token, a coin, is effectively owning part of the internet. It's ownership of the internet. So in 2017, my view on Ethereum was it's a decentralized supercomputer, but now its network effects are getting much greater, and we're going to see the merge probably in September, and around after the merge, a lot of layer twos will benefit from that, from the low fees on Ethereum too. After the merge, I'm really bullish. I'm also really bullish on Ethereum because it will take on the bond market. It will be like Apple. If you want to buy an iPhone from Apple, you have to pay them an Apple stock. So it turns miners into holders of Ethereum, because miners have to sell a lot of their mined Ethereum to pay for their electricity. But by using POS, they stake 32 Ethereum, so they become holders of Ethereum. And when they receive the coins, they are less likely to sell because they don't have any electric bills to pay for. So I think that's really bullish on the long term for Ethereum. So I'm definitely really bullish on Ethereum. And I think Ethereum is a great network because it has the highest security and it's sustainable. Unlike some other public chains like Solana, Solana pays $800,000 a day just to keep its network secure, at least. Pays it to the nodes. So it's kind of it's a coin that gets inflated a lot, and I just don't see how that can be sustainable. But Ethereum is generating fees, high fees. The fees are given to the miners, so it's sustainable. And when POS comes out, if gas fees are high, the supply of Ethereum can shrink a bit. So it's a kind of a dynamic approach to the supply. So I'm really bullish on Ethereum. So the second project I'm really bullish on is BNB, because BNB is at first it was an exchange coin of Binance, and later on it became its own chain. And Binance does a buyback and burn, if I'm not mistaken, every quarter or every month. I'm not sure, but it's a bit like it is a bit like Ethereum after the merge. So there is kind of an active buyback and burn. Ethereum after the merge won't be a buyback and burn. It's more of a not sell, because if you don't sell, it's kind of like a buyback, I guess. And some of the coins will be burned. But I'm really bullish on BNB because Binance is the world's biggest crypto exchange, and they have a ton of influence and they have a ton of volume. So them buying coins back every quarter or every month, I'm not sure exactly, but that's long-term bullish, I guess. And also they can spot the newest and hottest trends, so they can really latch onto those trends. A good example is them switching to being a chain, a BNB chain. Before that, they were just an exchange coin. It was a bit like holding equity in Binance, but it wasn't really a security. Then they made it into a chain, and now Binance as an exchange does fan tokens for all these football clubs, and BNB is a way of buying those fan tokens. So they're really good at spotting the new trends and adapting BNB to the new trend. And if you just look at the chart, BNB versus Bitcoin, it has broken all-time highs. So that tells us a lot. The chart tells us a lot. And I'm confident that in the next bull run, obviously right now I believe we're in a bear market, and I think maybe next year we'll bottom out. A lot of the public chains now, I don't think will do very well in the next bull run. But Binance has so many resources and a lot of capital to allocate towards their own chain. So I'm confident because their BNB chain is backed by the world's biggest exchange, and they really would want to see it succeed and more projects on board. So that's why I'm bullish on that. And what else am I bullish on? I'd say in the short term, on the short term, I have been bullish on Lido, LDO, Lido Finance, the staking pool, because obviously there's the Ethereum merge coming soon, and it's just a good play for the short term. And it's hard to say if any of these projects will do really well in the long term, but I think things that will do quite well in the short term, I'll just give another example, would be Ethereum Classic, ETC, because as you may know, Ethereum may have a fork. So it will be Ethereum, POS Ethereum and POW Ethereum. So Ethereum, the miners, they want to start their own chain. So they're going to fork Ethereum. And I reckon Ethereum Classic, they posted a tweet, I think yesterday, denouncing Ethereum POW. So the forked coin, they basically said it was a scam. So this is a good sign. It means that they're going to compete with that. So if they compete, what's the best way to compete is to raise the price, to pump the price. So that's why I think once the merge happens, once the fork happens, once we see the new Ethereum coin, the POW Ethereum coin, the forked coin, I think that and Ethereum Classic will try to go as high as possible to see who's the real proof of work Ethereum. Yeah, so that's just a theory that needs to be. We need time to tell. Not financial advice, obviously.
Amazing, thank you. And yes, I love how you said not financial advices. We need to start every video with that, actually. Yeah, so to finish off the English section, what are your top 3 trading tips for newbie traders?
You have to be responsible for your own money. Although we have access to Twitter, to whatever social media you use, it's very easy to get carried away and just follow other people's advice. Like you could go on my Twitter and you could see, oh, look, Jimmy's really bullish on Bitcoin, 10x long, all in, max bidding. And then you get liquidated. And then you blame me. Some people actually do this. They blame people on the internet for their own losses. Yeah. So I would say, first tip, obviously, do your own research, DYOR. For me, I only buy coins that I use. So for example, these days I'm using the running app, Steppen, and earning like GST, GMT. Maybe you've heard of this GameFi blockchain game. So I bought a bit of their token, GMT. I use their app. I think, well, it's a pretty good product. I use Ethereum all the time. Obviously, I'm really bullish on Ethereum. I trade on Binance, so I buy BNB. So I'd say before you buy into a project, you should definitely just go give it a try. And if you think, wow, this really betters my life, then obviously it's a good product and its coin may inflate in value. So that would be my first tip. Always do your own research. Don't just listen to some random Twitter KOL telling you this is at a low price, buy in right now. You probably lose a lot that way. And second trading tip would be try to only put in what you can afford to lose. This may sound a bit everyone says this, right? But it's it's important, because if you overexpose yourself to the markets, your trades aren't going to be very well made, because you're thinking about, oh, if I lose a bit, how am I going to make that back in the short term? And maybe if you lose half your money, you'll try to use some leverage and to gain it back. And then you'll lose even more, because you're kind of going on the emotional roller coaster there. So if you have a smaller position, you wouldn't really care. A good example is my brother. He started trading last year, and he started with $3,000 and made it to $30,000, which is pretty good for a 21-year-old, right? And he basically just buys when he thinks, whoa, this has gone up 10%. It's gone up quite a lot. No, sorry, that is the wrong way. He buys when it drops. It drops a lot. If he sees like it goes down 10, 20%, he'll buy in. He wouldn't look at the price, he'll just buy in. And if he sees it goes up 20%, which is quite a lot in crypto, he just sells. And he never tries to sell the top or buy the bottom. He just tries to sell higher than he bought. I think that's a good approach. There are many ways to get into trading, but I would say definitely stay off the leverage. Don't put anything in that you, for example, life-saving money. Don't borrow money. Don't borrow money from your friends, from your family to buy crypto. And a big no-no would be to, like, if you had a student loan and you put it into crypto and you just enter a bear market, that would be very bad for your education and your mental health. So just use your spare cash to trade crypto and stay off the leverage, I guess. Third trading tip would be to take it easy. sounds a bit dumb, but crypto is volatile. So if you feel as though a coin is dropping a lot, it may be because you put in too much. So I'd say have most of your positions in the coins that will do well in the long term, for sure. So that would be Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, these kind of coins. And other altcoins are all just short-term plays. Do not fall in love with your altcoins. Do not fall in love with these projects. I'd say any project with a CEO isn't a long-term project. Binance Chain, BNB is a bit different because their business model, they generate tons of money and they actively buy back. But other crypto projects, if it's just a pure crypto project that has a coin, it's quite risky. So in the long term, only hold things that are really decentralized, like Ethereum and Bitcoin. And in the short term, trade altcoins to gain a bigger stack of Ethereum and Bitcoin. That would be my long-term suggestion. And I think we're in crypto, we're like in the early days of the internet, maybe like 1998. So if you compare to currently crypto's users to late 90s, early 2000s, it's similar. So I think we have quite a few years to go. Crypto is still early. It's hard to believe with all the NFT stuff going around, but people holding Ethereum, people using Ethereum, it's not everyone out there. And I truly believe everyone in the world will be using crypto within the next 20 years. Just like most people in the world use the internet, have access to the internet. So yeah, I'm really bullish in the long term. So definitely trading advice would be, if you want to hold, only hold the long-term projects. If you want to trade, you can trade altcoins, but do not fall in love with them.
Okay, so that's, we'll
Yeah.
go on to the Chinese part.
第一个问题我想问的是，我们知道币圈是一个相对动荡且难以预测的产业，而作为一位币圈交易员的你，是如何调整你的心态，特别是在近期的这个熊市当中？
其实我的心态不怎么需要调整，因为我从17年开始，我就17年赚了很多，然后18年亏了很多，所以我经历过这个，我的心态已经被磨平了。我的情绪我像一块石头，我比较喜欢看别人的情绪，就是我在推特上，以前我在微博上看，现在我主要是在推特上看。还有就是我有一个 Telegram 的一个大群，有7000人，然后我从那个里边可以看到很多的散户的情绪。当然我自己也是散户，散户根本不是一个贬义词，就是我们散户肯定都是有情绪的嘛，但是有的人可能情绪就不是那么情绪化，因为经历了很多这种痛苦，所以就是我看他们的情绪就是如果比如在跌的时候，他们特别敢买，那可能就还没有到底，就还得跌。如果大家都不敢买，然后都想做空，都觉得还要继续跌的话，那可能就到底了。对，所以就是怎么调整我个人的情绪呢？就是我一般都是把我想象做比如对手盘空军，如果但我现在是多军了，我认为BTC 以太在近几个月会涨，可能明年会跌，但是我也会换位思考，一定要会换位思考。我会想，假如我是一名空军，我看到现在跌成这个样子，我会想干什么？然后如果我的想法是我特别想做空，我想把它做空让它跌下去，那我作为多军的我会觉得这个情绪可能到位了，然后我会去加仓，我会去买。所以我觉得就是得换位思考，然后你要把你当做有的是要把自己当做一个局外人，因为如果你就是天天在那儿看盘，天天在那儿交易，其实是很累的。如果天天在那儿看K 线，其实是非常情绪化的，因为 K 线其实就是人的市场情绪画在了一张图上。对，我觉得这是一个很好的一个很恰当的一个比喻，因为涨的时候大家都开心，跌的时候大部分人都难过，所以就是很情绪化的一个市场嘛。所以有的时候你不能老盯着这个市场，要不然你也会特别情绪化。所以就是如果你反正我个人的话，我特别喜欢跑步。如果我特别 FOMO fear of missing out 或者 FUD fear uncertainty doubt 就是我特别痛苦，或者我特别想去追高买入的那种情绪上来的时候，我就出去跑步，冷却一下，要冷却一下自己的情绪，出去做点别的事情，不看手机，不带手机，因为如果老拿着手机，会就是老想打开Coin Market Cap 或者 CoinGecko 看看这些价格，可能每天会看10几次或者更多次，就什么时候都在看。所以那样的话，你会看不到长期的这个big picture。对，所以我觉得就是大家如果特别情绪化的时候，可以去做点跟 crypto 无关的事情，然后不要带上手机。对，我一般都是这么调整我自己的心态的。
你认为国内外交易员他们的交易环境有什么不同吗？
我觉得国内外的交易员交易环境有很大的不同，因为在国内其实虚拟货币它有一个它在法律的灰色地带， 所以它不是非法的，也不完全是合法的。这其实有的时候是一件好事，因为其实没有太多的这个政府监管，至少政府大部分时间是监管不到你的，所以就是很容易去交易所去开个户。大部分交易所还是允许中国大陆的用户去开户的，所以比较容易。然后提现也很容易。在国内的话，提现主要是跟别的商家提现，有点像一个eBay 或者一个淘宝，对吧？所以就是提现很方便。但是呢，在欧美的话，很多这个 crypto 的交易都需要纳税。所以就很一是就是至少美国是3、4月份是那个 tax season 嘛，所以就是都要报税，都要从那个交易所导出大量的 Excel 文档。就是每一次交易都得报税，所以就很麻烦。还有就是一些别的国家可能提现不是特别方便，然后会有比较高的手续费。然后还有一些国家，比如英国、美国，就是不让用futures 来 trading， 就 retail 散户不让玩期货的。所以我觉得这其实也是一件好事，就是大家可能赚钱的效率更慢一些，但是至少没有那么危险。国内就是没有什么这方面的监管，要么监管的特别严，比如就是17年9月4号，中国禁止了国内的所有交易所，所以这些国内的交易所 OKEX、火币、Binance， 他们都到了国外，在国外开。所以就是国内的一个问题就是，几乎每一年或者每1-2年，政府都会去打压虚拟货币，然后会弄得大家都很怕。所以其实对，会造成比较大的市场波动。中国是不承认虚拟货币有法币的地位的，就是你不能拿它当一个 medium of exchange， 你不能拿它来买东西，因为你拿它来买东西，你就承认它是一个货币了。但是在国内，它是一个虚拟资产，但是你不能用它来买东西，所以其实就在国内用Ethereum 用以太来 mint NFT， 或者去 OpenSea 上交易 NFT， 这个其实我觉得在不久的将来会被政府禁止，然后会有一些FUD， 就是 China 的 FUD，造成 NFT 的市场下跌，然后 NFT 市场它基本上都是用以太来交易的，用 Ethereum 来交易的，所以这个也可能会导致 Ethereum 下跌，因为会有更多的 Ethereum 在市场上，人们要去套现，套成人民币或者美金，对吧？所以可能会短期有个这么一个循环，但是我觉得长期中国政府它是不会 open up， 它是不会越来越对虚拟货币越来越松，它只会越来越紧。但是我觉得现在已经很紧了，其实中国对虚拟货币的影响已经越来越小了，因为一个是矿工出去了，一个是交易所也出去了，其实就是大部分资金已经到国外了，所以其实影响已经没有以前大，但是可能还会有影响，还会有一些政策利空。
你认为普通散户交易者如何避免被割韭菜呢？
我觉得这是一个很好的问题。
谢谢。
但是呢，其实这个是非常难的。你一个是我觉得就是我刚才英文部分说的 DYOR， 就是 do your own research， 一定要做好自己的一些研究，对吧？你一定要对市场对一个项目有自己的见解，不要去盲目相信 KOL 告诉你的。就像比如我刚才说了，我喜欢以太坊，我喜欢 BNB， 我喜欢 ETC，你不要相信我，你可以拿我当 当参考，但是你一定要去深入了解这个项目。然后还有就是我只去交易，其实不一定，我只会去买我用的一些项目。所以其实以太坊就是一个很好的例子，大家都在用以太坊，所有的你看玩 NFT 的，玩 DeFi 的，他们都在用以太坊，所以说明以太坊的用途很大很广。然后它的这个 roadmap 很长，那这个就是一个很好的长线的投资。所以我觉得就是如何避免被割韭菜，一个是不要去用合约，就是 futures、perpetual swaps 这些合约、永续合约去跟单，因为有一些群，他们就是说这里买这里卖，然后这里止损，这种的其实很多时候他们就是随便说的，然后很有可能他们只是想要赚你的手续费，因为你用了他们的那个 referral link 去注册一个交易所的账号，然后每次你去交易都会给他们贡献手续费，所以其实我不建议就是在听的各位去一些群或者跟推特上的 KOL 去跟单，就是比如他们说哦我在这儿买了，在那儿卖，然后你也跟着，但是这个就风险挺大的，因为他们如果做错了，你的钱可能就都没了，就是爆仓了嘛。所以这个是一个可能会踩雷的地方，就是去跟单，不太建议。我觉得就是你可以参考一下这些交易员的交易方式，然后去买现货，因为现货，比如买现货的以太坊，如果它跌了很多，没问题，你可以拿3年，它肯定会更高，或者拿1-2年它就更高了，对不对？所以这个就是现货的好处，你可以永远拿着。当然这个也分你要买什么币，如果你去买山寨币，随便买一个CMC CoinMarketCap 上前100，随便买几个山寨币，我估计过1-2年这些都已经排到300-400、500-600了，他们的市值会很小，所以那些币也不能常拿，只能最好就是常拿大家都在用的东西，比如以太坊，比如比特币，比如 BNB， 就这种特别稳的，这些不会被割韭菜。特别容易被割韭菜的是一些一些特别风险特别大的那种 DeFi 的币，或者一些粉丝币、粉丝代币也会容易被割韭菜。比如某一个足球队的币，它可能最近因为10月份、11月份的世界杯，会很火，会有一波热度。但是呢，其实这些币长期来讲，它没有什么价值，它就是这个足球队的 IP 赋予在一个币上，所以其实就是可能会跌得很惨，就是涨很多，跌得很多，所以就是还是如果要避免被割韭菜的话，还是要尽量去做一些长线的一些投资和交易，而不是听取谁的意见去买一个山寨币或者去做合约。
Thank you so much for watching this episode, and if you enjoyed it, don't forget to give us a like, comment, and subscribe. If you'd like to try crypto trading, check out Globe Exchange. Happy Globe trading, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, Jimmy.
Bye. Thanks for having me on.